state of the data job market across Southeast Asia. This topic is very close to my heart as I would like to know my place in the data-related ecosystem. As a job seeker like me, I would like to know where can I find these jobs? Are these jobs available in my location? Who is hiring? Because business acumen is important in becoming a data scientist. Building a career for a thriving industry would be helpful. And lastly, what skills and technologies needed to get a data-related job? So why is this study relevant? While this is not from our research, we want to showcase the growing prospect of these different data roles in the region. LinkedIn 2020 data shows how many of these data roles we examine are included in the top 10 jobs per country. As the amount of data grows in the world and its use cases grows, we expect that the number of data-related job opportunities to grow as well. We hope our project demonstrates the nuances in what local job markets are looking for and how a job seeker can better prepare for these opportunities. Of course, as work becomes more remote and job places become borderless, the global demand for data roles also matters. We conducted our study by scraping the most commonly used job sites in the Philippines, Indonesia, Singapore, such as Indeed, JobStreet, Caliber, and Glassdoor, by entering the following keywords: data scientist, data engineer, business intelligence, and data analyst. Details such as the name of the company, industry, job posting date, and description were extracted. We focus on the jobs that are hiring locally, thus excluding those that hire remote jobs, permanently to obtain the job density based on location. After removing duplicate records, we obtain a total of 4,699 job postings. To conduct the study, first we scrape the data from the job sites using Selenium. To process the skills and qualifications needed, we use Lucano to annotate and define custom entities. Data cleaning is then performed using regex, and once the data is clean, we are able to perform data analysis to obtain insights and recommendations. We will provide more detail as we move on to our discussion.
To start off with our exploratory data analysis, here we will focus on one of our research questions: where are these data jobs located and what are the common hotspots? In this slide, we begin with the heat map of our country, Philippines, and we color-coded the provinces to clearly see which areas had more job positions available. The darker the shade means that it had more job posts. Clearly visualized on the map, the small portion that is Metro Manila has the darkest shade and it represents more than 1,000 data-related job posts. To scale, the capital of the Philippines has more job posts than the total of job posts outside of Metro Manila. This may be the case as business-centric locations and big companies are in the capital, which then are key seekers of data scientists and analysts. Let's see on the next country, Indonesia, what are the hotspots are for data-related jobs. So in this heat map, we see Indonesia having the same pattern of hotspot as that of the Philippines. The region with the most number of data job posts are in Jakarta, which is the capital of Indonesia. It is worth noting that Jakarta has a total of 1,062 job posts, while the rest of the regions in Indonesia has less than 100 data-related job posts. This continues the pattern of having the volume of data jobs in the capital, where bigger companies may be found. With regards to Singapore, we do not anymore do a heat map since the country itself has a smaller land area than that of Philippines and Indonesia. Although we still were able to identify that central Singapore had most of the job postings and leads by a wide margin, further supporting the claim that most of data-related jobs are at the capital or center of countries. Now that we've located where most of these data jobs are found, let's analyze the type of industry that most of these jobs are classified to. And to talk about that more, let me call on Janina.
Let's get to know the industries that are hiring. This is based on a list taken from the Global Industry Classification Standard. Next. To observe the prevailing industries per country, let's take a look at the spider chart. The longer the spoke is, the higher the contribution of the industry. Both Singapore and Indonesia have the same top three industries, such as IT and services, professional services, and banking and finance. This makes sense since Singapore is the main headquarters of some IT companies. Moreover, it is considered as a global financial hub. Philippines has a different set of top three with professional services at the top since it is well known as a BPO hub.
Now, moving on to our third research question, what do companies look for in skills? To answer this question, we first had to figure out a way to extract the relevant information from all the lengthy unstructured job descriptions. We created a custom-named entity recognition model using Docano. We chose 6 custom entities to train our data with. First, we have the specific skill tag, which includes specific tools and technologies such as SQL, Python, and R. Next, we wanted to obtain the more general kind of skills such as machine learning, natural language processing, statistics, and so on. We also decided to create the years of experience, education level, degree, and salary as label tags. We then annotated 300 job descriptions with these custom labels, and we were eventually able to apply our model towards our entire dataset of 4,699 job descriptions to extract the most important information efficiently. Now, let's take a look at what each country prioritizes in terms of tools and technologies. Here are the top 10 most mentioned keywords for tools and technologies. Labels with colored highlights mean that the keyword is found in all 3 countries. Here we observe that SQL and Python are consistently within the top 3 for all 3 countries. Other common tools mentioned are Excel, R, and Tableau. But which tools really set the countries apart? The tools which are enclosed by a cyan or a light blue circle denote skills which were uniquely included in that country's top 10 list, meaning it did not show up in the other 2's most mentioned keywords. Factoring these unique skills in, we can see that companies in the Philippines prioritize Microsoft products such as Excel, Office, and prefers Power BI over Tableau for its data visualization. Singapore, meanwhile, prefers tools related to big data, as seen in their preference for Spark, Hadoop, and Hive. Indonesia, on the other hand, ranks Java and Linux highly, which implies its focus on software and data engineering related competencies. Now, looking at general skills, we notice that there is a similar trend for the top 5 list of each country. Machine learning tops the list for everyone, while skills such as big data, data analysis, data mining, data visualization, and business intelligence can also be observed. As to what unique keywords can be found for each country, the Philippines looks at statistical analysis and data collection, while Singapore focuses on deep learning and AI, while Indonesia emphasizes programming language and software development, which essentially matches the specific tools and technologies they were looking for shown earlier. Now, if we look at years of experience desired by employers, Singapore notably seeks candidates around the 3 to 5 year range, while companies in the Philippines have a lower requirement, around 1 to 3 years. Indonesia, on the other hand, has a more balanced approach for this category. For education level, we immediately see that the Philippines and Indonesia have a similar view, focusing more on bachelor degree graduates, whereas Singapore places a much higher importance on master's and PhD graduates. As to what specific degrees companies seek in a data role applicant, we see that all countries look for the same set of degrees with just a few minor changes in the ordering. These are computer science, engineering, information technology, statistics, and mathematics. Now, while all of the job roles in our study deal with data, the responsibilities of each are not exactly the same. For instance, a data analyst focuses more on analyzing what has already happened, while a data scientist focuses more on predicting what could happen. So just how similar or how different exactly are the skills needed for these roles? Now, looking at the top skills mentioned for each job role, we notice that data scientists and data engineers had several overlapping skills. Machine learning and big data are the common themes for these skills. Meanwhile, data analyst and business intelligence roles were even more similar to each other, with data analysis and data visualization being the common themes. Now, Python is a very important skill to have for the first group, whereas Excel is very important for the second group. SQL remains important across all data roles. And as for unique keywords, Microsoft Azure, a cloud computing platform, is one such example for data engineer, while PowerPoint appeared prominently in the business intelligence roles.
Now let's discuss how this project helps our stakeholders. So it helps the Eskwelabs team in identifying the proper skill set for their students to equip in order to be ready for various industries. For job seekers, individuals looking to be hired in a data science position can improve their job hunting by optimizing their search with the correct keywords. And then for companies, hiring companies are able to refine their job postings on specific positions needed. Furthermore, companies may also evaluate level of competency of their own data science departments. For our limitations and recommendations, although the model gathers significant information, enhancements can be made to extract more valuable insights. Perhaps a more sophisticated model in which a job post could be classified as either a data analyst, data scientist, or business intelligence will be helpful so that job seekers may fully understand the role that is being taken as well as companies to identify what they really want and look for rather than tagging it with a mistaken identity. Additional data across time to account for seasonality and when jobs are posted. For instance, repeating the scraping during peak hiring season like in January might yield different results from a larger sample size. And lastly, productionizing this project will be beneficial in simplifying the process of gathering data and insights. Automating the process of web scraping, model implementation, and exploratory data analysis will save time and deliver more data. So to summarize our project, Singapore sets a higher standard when looking for data scientists. While Philippines and Indonesia are at par with each other, most data science jobs are found at the capital or center of a country. Information technology and services is the leading industry looking for data-related jobs. Python and SQL are the most in-demand skills for data science positions. Thank you for watching, and we are now ready to answer your questions.